Welcome to one and all. Happy New Year to each and every one of you out there, and all the blessings, and may all your dreams come true. It's a new era, 2025, the 1st of January, and lovely to get things kick-started off. We'll be racing as we speak at Hollywoodbets Greyville today, as we're recording now, early doors, and then the Turfontein meeting. We'll have a chat to Alistair Cohen shortly and find out a bit more about that. So we are recording Wednesday, the 1st of January, early doors before 9 o'clock. Alistair, Happy New Year to you and the entire family and the whole racing fraternity. And then how do we find you this morning, and how do we find the weather in Gauteng?
Well, Sheldon, first of all, Happy New Year to you, your family, and to all racing fans and just racing purists out there. A very, very well-viewed podcast this preview show has turned into on the Gallop TV YouTube channel, so I trust that 2025 is everything that you want it to be. I hope that New Year's Eve was a great one. How's the weather? Well, at the time of recording, I'm in Joburg. We're going down to Cape Town for the Lommeraw King's Plate, obviously well in advance. The weather in Joburg is grim at the time of recording. It's been raining through the night, and early morning on Wednesday there is quite a bit of rain, but bear in mind I am 45 kilometers away from Turfontein, so maybe that is a little bit of a blessing. But yeah, you found me well, obviously ready to get this year started. And as for the card, it's a very, very hard card, but it's a hard card for the right reason. Not like one of those midwinter meetings out at the Vaal or something, or a poly meeting at Fairview or Hollywoodbets Greyville, or a winter meeting at Hollywoodbets Durbanville or something like that. It's a very, very competitive card. That word gets used a lot, but it is an open card, but it's a tricky card for the right reasons. I think there'll be money to be made here. It's just a matter of figuring it all out.
Now, the 7-race program, so your place accumulator will commence in the very first race. And just looking at my site here, it hasn't been updated just yet. And after all the happenings at the Vaal, obviously riders like Craig Zaki, Pierce Stradham, Kelvin Abib, they'll be out and in pain for a while. So quite a bit of action at the Vaal.
I think Craig's okay, Sheldon. We'll wait to see. At the time of recording, he is good to go. He's on he's on many groups with me, but it sounds like he's just a little bit stiff and willing to give it a go. Obviously, leading up to the Lommeraw King's Plate. But yeah, Pierce Stradham and Kelvin Habib are out. Stradham's going to be out for a short time. Kelvin Habib might be out for a little bit longer, aiming at about 2 to 3 months. He's got the same injury that Muzi Yanni had after falling at the start of November. So if you're going to put a time frame on that, could end up being a couple of months for Kelvin. Sounds like it could be a couple of weeks for Striker. So yeah, just bear in mind that those two guys are definitely not riding, Stradham and Habib. Zaki looks like he's going to be good to go.
Well, our thoughts are out there with all of the families and the riders, and hopefully they all make speedy recoveries. At least they came back in one piece. Now, the first race, you've gone with numbers 1, 9, and 10 in your place accumulator, being a 7-race program, commences in the first race. And we have number 9, Gebera at 22 to 10, and then number 1, Dylan's Champ at 3 to 1, and Gregarious number 10 at 7 to 2. Your numbers 1, 9, and 10, Alistair?
Yeah, Sheldon, and weirdly, I don't think the race stops there. Just bear in mind this is the start of the place accumulator and the bipot, much like it was on Tuesday at the Vaal. So if you are a bipot fan and if you are a PA fan, just bear in mind that they do kick off at the same time. And the reason why I've gone in with 3 horses is because I'm uncomfortable that there might be something that I've left out that is alive as well. A horse like number 8, Aminato, a horse like number 7, 7th Fleet, number 5 and number 2, all horses that I think can definitely sneak into the top 3 and maybe give things a shake. But I think the most reliable angle here are numbers 1, 9, and 10. I want to start with number 10, Gregarious, because the only reason I've got her in is because she's drawn 1 and she goes this distance for the first time. I would have ordinarily settled on numbers 1 and 9, but I think draw 1 and Gavin Lorena on board is going to help this Dorsch of Vercingetorix's chances. But I am going to be more confident about numbers 1 and 9, starting with number 9, Gebera, the daughter of One World, steps up in distance. The mare easily got a mile. Her 2 starts suggest that she'll get this trip. As I've highlighted a few times on the show, the maiden form from Betway Summer Cup Day is generally a very strong piece of form. I know Hong Kong didn't do much from that form, and there have been a few sort of near misses from that piece of form, but all in all, I think has just been looking for the distance, and I think that she'll acquit herself well, and if not winning, I think she'll go very close. And then number 1, Dylan's Champ, dropping in distance, does have an awkward draw, this full brother to William Robertson, who runs in Hollywoodbets Scottsville on Sunday. Again, he's a double digits winner, is William Robertson. Dylan's Champ, I think, probably coming back to a more reliable distance. He's overdue. I don't know about the form lines. Weirdly, I think his last run, even though Gamer beat him, and Gamer was a long-time maiden, I think there were horses in behind that are ready to win. But overall, I think that he's left quite a little bit out there, so he's not necessarily one to trust. We'll wait to see who takes the ride. I don't know where Fabian Habib's going to go here, because if you have a look who's in the jockey room before race 1, we've got Schwarz, we've got Van Rensburg, we've got Wesley Mowing, Nathan Klink, Jason Gates, and Raymond Daniels. And maybe Raymond could be the guy that picks up the rider number 1, Dylan's Champ, because he does get a couple for Fabian. But anyway, we don't know at the time of recording. 1 Dylan's Champ should go close, but not one to rely on. So in order of preference, 9, 1 and 10.
On to race number 2, 13:25 is the carded off time, where number 5, Call Me Master, 16-10, looking to break the ice and get back into the winner's enclosure. Number 1, Guerrilla Warfare, is at 4-1 with number 4, Falcon Strike. Now, Alistair, when you're looking at the structuring of the weights here, a horse like number 1, Guerrilla Warfare, 62 kilograms, Call Me Master, 58, and then there's a few right at the bottom end of the weights, but you were saying they're struggling.
Yeah, they are struggling, Sheldon. I'm going to take the form on offer. I mean, a horse like number 8, Cornello, would pop up on my radar, but only on the inside track, and we don't have the inside track in Joburg for a while still, so I'll wait for that. Maybe we'll get a nice price on Cornello when he gets to the inside track. But yes, I'm willing to trust the form on offer. The scratching of number 2, King of Numbers, might make this race a little bit easier. I'm stuck with numbers 1 and 5 here in my place accumulator, horses that just don't win very often. Guerrilla Warfare, that looks like there's a form update, but he was taken out on the 28th of December. He got start permission to sidestep that and come back here on the 2nd of January. Yes, he's got to give weight away, but he might just be a step more progressive than anything else in this field. And of 62 kilos, has he earned it? I don't know, but at least the last time he ran with a lot stronger than this. Prince of Green would make light of this opposition. So he's an automatic entry, but I think the horse that they all need to beat is number 5, Call Me Master, Sheldon. Hasn't won in 845 days, this 8-year-old son of Cape Town Noir, but this time, I mean, he has battled with draws. I know he got a draw in his penultimate start, but this time he comes out of draw 1. He's got Gavin Arena. It's his 3rd run after a break. I'd hesitate to say it's now or never for number 5, Call Me Master, but I might run out of patience after this. He's remained competitive off his rating of 64, and I think the connections might get a well overdue dose of cheer with number 5, Call Me Master, in the 2nd on the card.
Moving along to race number 3, and just a little bit of a giggle on the sideline here. The favourite is number 5, 12 o'clock. And we are recording on New Year's Day, so we are recording before 9 o'clock. And I think most of the guys around the world will be only waking up around 12 o'clock this morning.
Absolutely right. How's that for an omen with number 5, 12 o'clock high? Very interesting race, the Sheldon. Obviously, the 2 Mark Khan runners have just come out, 6 Solar's Tale and 7 Zafar. And then we also have a very important form update for this horse, number 8, New Mexico, who on Christmas Eve won, and he won very well, although against weaker opposition. His rating's gone up now to a 74. He carries 57 kilograms. We don't know who's riding him, obviously, at the time of recording, number 8, New Mexico. But it wouldn't necessarily be Alec Laird's style to run him back so soon, but with all the rain that's been around in Joburg, fitness might be something that's at a premium. Anyway, my 2 numbers here in the place accumulator are numbers 2 and 5, 12 o'clock high, and number 2, Foster Nova. I must confess, the reason I had Foster Nova in my play was because Pierre Straden was riding him, but he's not now, so we'll have to wait and see who gets the ride in the Son of Flower Alley. But he's consistent. I liked his last run where actually MK's Dreams just ran the finish out of Foster Novo right at the end. But anyway, I think that he's in good enough form, and he'll be quite dangerous, number 2, Foster Novo. The best version of the Son of Flower Alley would win this race. And then number 5, 12 o'clock high, wherever Let's Play Poker is, 12 o'clock high should finish in front of him. They met on the 12th of December over 1,500 meters on the Vaal Classic track, and 12 o'clock high, coming back from a layoff, was 3/4 of a length behind and finds himself half a kilo better off. So strictly at the weight terms, he shouldn't turn it around, but I think on fitness terms, he should. So I'm going to give number 5, 12 o'clock high, the vote of confidence over number 3, Let's Play Poker, who I do respect. But 2 and 5 will be the horses that I'm going to row in within the PA.
On to race number 4, we're having a look. Number 8, Vesuvio, is the early scratching. So number 8, Vesuvio, will take no part. And Alistair, I'm going to hand the baton straight over to you.
So Sheldon, this is actually the one race that I quite like on the card, because I think we can eliminate quite a few. I mean, there are lots of horses here that are just more effective over further. Number 720 Drachmas is better over further. We got Birthright here as well, who's probably in his happy place. King's Express coming back from a layoff with Fief. I've never thought as a 2,000 meter horse. Rulebook is better over further. Home of the Brave has just lost his way over the last 2 starts, although they were at feature race level and probably didn't stay 2 miles last time out. So I'm going to go numbers 4 and 5, Hawkbull and Tamara's Tree. Go watch Hawkbull's last 2 starts, you'll be blown away. I don't know how this horse has been able to win those runs. He goes missing. He's a nightmare of a ride. He's a nightmare of a horse to watch. I wouldn't want to have a bet on Hawkbull just watching him over 2,000 meters, because he'll give you heart palpitations. But since Lucky Hoodalakis took the headgear off, he's come back to life. He was a very good 2-year-old, Sheldon. He was rated in the hundreds. He was rated 103, and the handicapper helped him out to the extent of an 86, and now he's worked his way back up to a 94. But for me, I don't think that 103 was out of place, and I think he's now pretty much he's confident enough to round off his races. But boy, he does not help Craig Zaki at all. At him the whole way. In fact, I was at Turfontein on the 15th of November, and I asked Lucky what was going through his mind at the 1,000, and he said he's retired. Hawkbull's retired at the 1,000, and he came out and won. Then he beat a seriously progressive 3-year-old in the form of Bacchus last time out. So he's looking for a hat-trick. Hawkbull is Hawkbull. He'll do things his way. It's pretty much hit or miss for him. Number 5, Tamara's Tree. Gavin Arena takes her out for Robbie Sage. I like to believe that he'll go very close, just because that's what he does. He runs his race. He runs his heart out. He's a real trier. He should. He'll be trying again, and he should be somewhere in the frame. So numbers 4 and 5 for me in the place accumulator. Like I said, it's a race that I like. The only 2 horses that I would consider in the pick 6 are numbers 9 and 10, Birthright and Quartermain. Other than that, I'm happy to leave that race as it is.
Leaping into race number 5, and race number 5 due off at 15:15, and just looking at number 8, Lebeccio, that is a scratching. So take out number 8, Lebeccio. In race 5, Alistair, a lovely New Year's present for you and the family would be number 1, Banner Bridge, after that cracking last run to get into the winner's enclosure. I see you've employed Trent Mayu. Is there a specific reason because of the penalty that you've put Trent Mayu on?
So Trent obviously rode this horse the last twice. He's done nothing wrong. The 1.5 kilos obviously helps. And yes, you know my pet hate of getting penalised for being a loser. Banner Bridge was beaten and got a penalty. So, yeah, Trent is back on board. And actually, if you have a little look when last he won, the 2nd of January, 2024. He's running on the 2nd of January, 2025. So maybe it's all meant to be for number 1, Banner Bridge. He'll be bang there. He'll run his race. He's doing very well at home. He's in the pink of health. If he doesn't win, he'll give us a thrill. That's what he does. I'll put him into the place accumulator. I think he's a live runner. Number 6, To the Rescue, is the horse that I'm most worried about. But what's interesting about both these horses is that I think both of them are most effective from the front. So I thought Cabello rode him very well at his penultimate start when changing things up, because To the Rescue's got a beautiful stride about him, but it's almost as if he's hesitated to go past horses, and Cabello taking him to the front at his penultimate start, and he just kept on whacking away and kept on firing. That could have been the office, and Cabello's now back on board the son of Give Me the Green Light. So I am worried about him, and I think that he'll give a very good account of himself. And when you have a look at all the form that's on offer, to the 21st of November, when To the Rescue finished in front of Nuclear Force, there's every reason that To the Rescue will stay in front of him. And then you go to the 7th of December, where Banner Bridge finished in front of To the Rescue. Banner Bridge has 0.5 kilo to play with for, call it, 2 lengths. So I think these 2 horses pretty much going to run into the top 3. Whether they're going to run 1, 2 remains to be seen. But in the place accumulator, I'm definitely comfortable on the 2 of them.
As we move along to the next event, I see you found a banker in the form of number 2, Francine, and this is the 4-year-old filly, this from the Mike and Adam Azzi team. And just looking at this individual, 9 runs, 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd, and last time out looked a little bit unlucky.
Sheldon, it's simple. If she goes the distance, she'll win. I'm still prepared to say that she'll run into the top three. Number 2, Francine. Since coming back from a very, very long layoff of nearly a year, she's done exceptionally well. I thought she would have needed her first run back behind Call Me When You Need Me, but she hit the line so well, and she could never miss next time out when she defeated Calantha. And then Calantha turned that form around last time, but there was a huge weight swing, so that did not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me to see her going up in distance. It does remain a little bit of a question mark because the mother, Franny, was a very, very good sprinter, but she's by Silvano. I think she's above average. Number 2, Francine. I think all these other horses are pretty much in their place. The scratching on number 7, Coco Melon, just helps my mind that we got one less horse to worry about as far as the place accumulator is concerned. And I think I'm going to have a bet on number 2, Francine, to be honest. PA banker for me, bipot banker in the final leg of the bipot. If you're uncomfortable, put one other into the pick 6, but I think she'll be bang there. You'll get a good run for your money, and I think she'll go very, very close to winning.
Well, there you go, very, very close to winning. And then if we're looking for the exacta horse, because a number of the punters out there, when you give a banker in a race, they ask, what can we take our swingers, what can we take our exactas with? And this horse, number 4, Happy Mo, just jumps off the page. A second, 2 victories, 2 seconds, thirds and seconds. So fits the bill as the exacta proposition.
Absolutely, Sheldon. I mean, she's a model of consistency. She got a penalty for being a loser last time, but she was all over a winner when Care Forgot ran, snuck up the inside, and got the better of Happy Mo. Her consistency is admirable. And yep, the exacta horse at the backup would definitely be number 4, Happy Mo.
Then we'll move into the territory of the 7th and final race. And looking at race number 7, 1,400 meters, and your numbers will be numbers 2 and 8. And at this stage of the game, as we have recorded early, we're all starting on a fresh slate, so nobody's tipped a loser yet, nobody's tipped a winner yet. Going into the last race, how do you find it?
I find it very, very hard, Sheldon. Thanks for the prop up there, because if things do go wrong, at least we've got the last race to get out of it. Number 8, Pretty and Nail is the horse that I'm going to lean towards here, Sheldon. Louis and Klapo takes her out for Bar and Boots. I know she's half a kilo under sufferance, but with 52 kilos on her back, I think she's going to give a good run for her money, as pretty much she's done since returning to Johannesburg. On the 7th of November, she ran a length behind Rattlebag, and she's got Rattlebag absolutely stone cold to the tune of a length and a half. Plus, she's also got a draw this time around. She had no draw at her anti-penultimate start on the Turfontein inside track. She had no draw last time. Found she had a draw at her penultimate start where she just sort of didn't go through with it behind Tried and True, but Tried and True galloped them into the ground on that occasion, and there's no one here who's going to gallop them into the ground because the field just doesn't lend itself to doing that. So I think number 8, Pretty and Alia, will run into the top 3. Another horse that's just a one-time winner from 29 starts, so that record is average, but I think that she'll go very well here, number 8, Pretty and Alia. It's probably her best chance in a while. Number 2, Boom Boom, probably the most reliable horse in the race, beaten by a nice 3-year-old last time in the form of Palace Dancer, beaten by a horse better than her at her penultimate start in the form of Happy Mo, who runs a race earlier. Draw 1's a big advantage. She'll need the pace to be on. I think there probably will be some sort of pace to aim at. So number 2, Boom Boom, should run into the top 3. She'll be back up to number 8, Pretty and Alia.
Well, thanks very much, Alistair. As is the norm, last year, thanks very much for your contribution. We're starting on a new era, the new year 2025, January. It'll be the first meeting in Gauteng. Of course, we're racing in KwaZulu-Natal, which is today. It is pre-recorded, Hollywoodbets Greyville, and looking forward to the meeting. Now, just having a look at the changes. Obviously, Kelvin Abib and Pierce Straydon not riding. So if all the punters out there, they're going to have to wait up until 9 o'clock in the morning till the final declarations come out, and then they can see exactly who's been employed on which horse.
Correct, and I think with a smaller field, Sheldon, that might be a little bit of an advantage as well, because it's such a trappy card. You can see what suits you, what doesn't suit you, and work your head around it. Who might be familiar with the rides that they're going to pick up? I mean, to replace Pierce Straydon and Calvin Habib, obviously we're blessed in South Africa with the amounts of talent and the great jockeys that we've produced and continue to produce. But you try and look for like, and obviously these guys have their own styles and their ways that they go about things. But yeah, check the changes, and there might be some sort of advantages when you figure it all out.
And when push comes to shove, horses run in cycles, so hopefully Banner Bridge, a year later, he'll make the family even happier.
Yeah, that'll be a great way to start the year, Sheldon. Really looking forward to it, and yeah, he should run very well.
Well, thank you very much, Alistair. Have a wonderful, put your feet up, relax, and get some well-deserved rest.
Good man. Thanks, Sheldon. Enjoy your day in the studio.
Thank you very much, Alistair Cohen, joining us on the line. 7-race program. We've given you the highs and the lows, and Alistair's going to give us his suggested place accumulator. So, Alistair, if you'll go through your numbers, and note that race number 1 opens the bar pot and the place accumulator.
Yep, so you don't want to be missing out on that, like I said at the top of the show. So the PA is my suggested bet, 10-1. So numbers 1, 9, and 10, Dylan's Champ, Gerbera, and Gregarious. By numbers 1 and 5, Guerrilla Warfare, and Call Me Master. By 2 and 5, Foster Novo, and 12 o'clock High. By 4 and 5, Hawkbill and Tamara's Tree. By 1 and 6, Banner Bridge, and To the Rescue by Banker number 2, Francine. Thank goodness I found her. And then 2 and 8 in the back, Boom Boom and Pretty and Earlier.
So that's Alistair Cohen joining us on the line and taking his time early on New Year's Day. So let's hope the horses will rise and shine when it comes to race time. And as you, the punter, best of luck, and hopefully your horses run faster than the others.